What up, what up, what up? Good morning, good morning. It is your boy Jay Goble back at it again for Not Many Noble. Bible through in 22. We are on day 43. It is February 12th. We are in the book of Exodus. In January, we read Genesis. Then we read Job. And now we're reading Exodus. And we started that at the beginning of February. And I think we're going to get that. We're going to end, I'm pretty sure, fairly certain we are going to end Exodus here shortly. Yeah, in the next few days. We're going to be done with Exodus. So a little bit of yay there, a little bit of yay. We're moving right along. We've got 43 days that we were, I guess, faithfully sticking through together. So congratulations. Yay us. We are establishing a daily Bible reading habit. And maybe we'll add we need to add some prayer and memorization to these habits, but I don't know. I guess I'm wary sometimes of adding too much because that's my nature. I add too much too soon and then it all breaks down. So let's just keep going. We are reading the Bible through in a chronological order according to a particular reading list and trying to just see things how they happened in time. And yesterday, we talked a little bit about what was going on in the rest of the world at that time. So a recap for us. Yes, Moses is bringing the children of Israel by the power and strength of the Lord up out of Egypt. And God sent 10 plagues among them. First one was blood. Second one was frogs. Third one was lice. Fourth one, flies. Fifth one, pestilence. Sixth one, boils. Seventh one, hail. Eighth, locusts. 9, darkness. 10, death of the firstborn. They come out of Egypt. God inclines the heart of the Egyptians to favor the Israelites, and they ask for things and thereby plunder the Egyptians. The Egyptians gave it to them freely, like, yes, please take, go, get out of here. We're tired of the plagues. Don't want you here no more. And then Pharaoh comes out to recapture them, and God kills them in the Red Sea. And then God gives the children of Israel the 10 Commandments, which we talked about being just a recap of the moral law of God that has been in effect since creation. Number 1, you shall have no other gods before me. Second commandment, shall make no graven images and bow down to them. Third commandment, shall not misuse Yahweh's name. Sometimes rendered, take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Fourth, keep the Sabbath day holy. Fifth, honor your father and your mother. Sixth, shall not murder. Seventh, shall not commit adultery. 8, shall not steal. 9, you shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. And 10, shall not covet anything that your neighbor has. All right. The children of Israel were told not to make idols of gold and bow down to them. They did. They made a golden calf and they bowed down to it and they said, hear, O Israel, this is the God that brought you up out of Egypt. That was not the case. Moses burned it up, put it in water, made the children of Israel drink it, and then they killed like 3,000 who did not want to follow Yahweh. Talked about that it was more than just throwing a hissy fit. This was serious stuff. The idolatry and the cultures, and especially in the place of where they were going, was significant. There was all kinds of evil that was done to try and get the favor of the gods of fertility of the land, to have good things happen in the land. All right, so we're picking up in Exodus 35. Moses had just gone back up onto the mountain, regot the tablets, brain's out of it a little this morning, regot the tablets and brought them back down again. So Moses assembled the congregation of the children of Israel and said to them, these are the words which Yahweh has commanded that you should do them. 6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day there shall be a holy day for you, a Sabbath of solemn rest to Yahweh. Whoever does any work in it, shall be put to death. Shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations on the Sabbath day. Now, before you go like we talked about before you go out applying this to you and looking down your nose at people and saying they should be killed, that is not correct. That is not correct. Works of mercy, works of necessity. We understand it a little bit better. And we know that there are very specific things that were for the children of Israel in the Mosaic covenant and them alone. There's, of course, truths that we can glean from them. There's principles that we can take from them. But the overarching theme is one of redemption, that God is redeeming his people and the process whereby he does that, and also the promise of the seed to come, the seed of the woman and the seed of the serpent, that God is serious about sin. The wages of sin is death. Wages are death. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, that's the point. Let's keep reading. Moses spoke to the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, "This is the thing which Yahweh commanded, saying, take from among you an offering to Yahweh. Whoever is of a willing heart, let him bring it as Yahweh's offering: gold, silver, bronze, blue, purple, scarlet, fine linen, goat's hair, ram skins, dyed red, sea cow hides, acacia wood, oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil, for the sweet incense, onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod and the breastplate." Now, we read this already, kind of what was supposed to happen, what they were supposed to do, and I think there's a little bit of duplication. We see that in the Old Testament, especially a little bit of duplication. It's like, hey, go do this, and then they did it. Or I told them to do all of this, and then they went and did all of this. And you hear the same thing twice. I'm going to get another sip of coffee here. Get that brain going. Oh, yeah. All right. Verse 10, "Let every wise-hearted man among you come and make all that Yahweh has commanded: the tabernacle, its outer covering, its roof, its clasps, its boards, its bars, its pillars, and its sockets, the ark and its poles, the mercy seat, the veil of the screen, the table with its poles and all its vessels, and the showbread. The lampstand also for the light with its vessels, its lamps and the oil for the light, and the altar of incense with its poles, the anointing oil, the sweet incense, the screen for the door, at the door of the tabernacle, the altar of burnt offering, with its grating of bronze, its poles and all its vessels, the basin and its base, the hangings of the court, its pillars, their sockets, and the screen for the gate of the court, the pins of the tabernacle, the pins of the court and their cords, the finely worked garments for ministering in the holy place, the holy garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments of his sons to minister in the priest's office." All the congregation of the children of Israel departed from the presence of Moses. They came, everyone whose heart stirred him up, and everyone whom his spirit made willing, and brought Yahweh's offering for the work of the tent of meeting, and for all of its service, and for the holy garments. They came, both men and women, as many as were willing-hearted, and brought brooches, earrings, signet rings, and armlets, all jewels of gold, even every man who offered an offering of gold to Yahweh. Everyone with whom was found blue, purple, scarlet, fine linen, goat's hair, ram's skin dyed red, and sea cow hides brought them. Everyone who offered an offering of silver and bronze brought Yahweh's offering, and everyone with whom was found acacia wood for any work of the service brought it. All the women who were wise-hearted spun with their hands and brought that which they had spun, the blue, the purple, the scarlet, and the fine linen. All the garment whose heart stirred them up in wisdom spun the goat's hair. The rulers brought the onyx stones, and the stones to be set for the ephod and for the breastplate, with the spice and the oil for the light, for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense. The children of Israel brought a freewill offering to Yahweh, every man and woman whose heart made them willing to bring for all the work which Yahweh had commanded to be made by Moses. Moses said to the children of Israel, "Behold, Yahweh has called by name Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. He has filled him with the Spirit of God in wisdom and understanding and knowledge and in all kinds of workmanship, and to make skillful works, to work in gold and silver and bronze, and cutting of stones for setting, and in carving of wood, to work in all kinds of skillful workmanship. He has put in his heart that he may teach, both he and Oholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan. He has filled them with wisdom of heart to work all kinds of workmanship, of the engraver, of the skillful workman, and of the embroiderer, in blue, in purple, in scarlet, and in fine linen, and of the weaver, even of those who do any workmanship, and of those who make skillful works." All right. So they had gifts, old Bezalel and Aholiab. Good for them. And now you're supposed to find your ministry. What has the Lord gifted you with? And now let's make that special. Sometimes, I guess, but not normally. Chances are, we would just be one of the people that had like some blue linen. Like, oh, I can bring this. Whatever I got, that's what I can bring. Here's some kid with 5 loaves and 2 fish. But what's that among so many? That's more common, I guess, than being those set apart and being especially gifted. We end up more with like, hey, what little thing can I bring in service to the Lord? And there's nothing wrong with that. Let's not despise the day of little things, of small things. All right, chapter 36. And I think this is it. It's just 35 and 36 today. Let me double check. Yep, 35 and 36. Bezalel and Aholiab shall work with every wise-hearted man, in whom Yahweh has put wisdom and understanding to know how to do all the work for the service of the sanctuary, according to all that Yahweh has commanded. And that's the flip side of that coin, right? And that God is never going to call you to do something that he does not gift you to do. Yeah, that's right. Even obedience, even resisting temptation. No temptation has seized you except what is common to man. You can resist it. We can. You and me both. We can. We just got to do it. We can make it through. Moses called Bezalel and Aholiab and every wise-hearted man in whose heart Yahweh had put wisdom, and everyone whose heart stirred him to come to do to the work to do it. They received from Moses all the offering which the children of Israel had brought for the work of the service of the sanctuary with which to make it. They kept bringing freewill offerings to him every morning. All the wise men who performed all the work of the sanctuary, each came from his work which he did. They spoke to Moses, saying, the people have brought much more than enough for the service of the work which Yahweh commanded to make. Moses gave a commandment, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the camp, saying, let neither man nor woman make anything else for the offering for the sanctuary. So the people were restrained from bringing, for the stuff they had was sufficient to do all the work and too much. That's nice. That's nice. It seems like the heart of the children of Israel back to the Lord, but why did it take Moses being present with them to do it? I don't know. Remember when he went up on the mountain, they were like, don't know what happened to this dude. And I think we are like that as well. Our love grows cold. Our hearts grow cold. And we forget what great things God has done for us. Sometimes when we are saved younger and then, life happens and we get caught up in the midst of life, sometimes we don't look back and we say, whoa, look at what great things God has done for me. And we need to be reminded. All the wise-hearted men among those who did the work made the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twined linen, blue, purple, and scarlet. They made them with cherubim, the work of skillful workmen. The length of each curtain was 28 cubits, and the width of each curtain 4 cubits. All the curtains had one measure. He coupled 5 curtains to one another, and the other 5 curtains he coupled to one another. He made loops of blue on the edge of the one curtain from the edge in the coupling. Likewise, he made in the edge of the curtain that was outermost in the second coupling. He made 50 loops in the one curtain, and made 50 loops in the edge of the curtain that was in the second coupling. The loops were opposite to one another. He made 50 clasps of gold and coupled the curtains to one another with the clasps, so the tabernacle was a unit. He made curtains of goat's hair for a covering over the tabernacle. He made them 11 curtains. The length of each curtain was 30 cubits, and 4 cubits the width of each curtain. The 11 curtains had one measure. He coupled 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves. He made 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that was outermost in the coupling, and he made 50 loops on the edge of the curtain which was outermost in the second coupling. He made 50 clasps of bronze to couple the tent together, that it might be a unit. He made a covering for the tent of rams' skins dyed red, and a covering of sea-cow hides above. He made the boards for the tabernacle of acacia wood standing up. 10 cubits was the length of a board, and 1.5 cubits the width of each board. Each board had 2 tenons joined to one another. He made all the boards of the tabernacle this way. He made the boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side, southward. He made 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 20 sockets under one board for its 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for its 2 tenons. For the second side of the tabernacle on the north side, he made 20 boards and their 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. For the far part of the tabernacle westward he made 6 boards. He made 2 boards for the corners of the tabernacle in the far part. They were double beneath, and in the same way they were all the way to its top to 1 ring. He did this to both of them in the 2 corners. There were 8 boards and their sockets of silver, 16 sockets under every board, 2 sockets. He made bars of acacia wood, 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the tabernacle for the hinder part westward. He made the middle bar to pass through in the middle of the boards from one end to the other. He overlaid the boards with gold and made the rings of gold as places for the bars, and overlaid the bars with gold. He made the veil of blue, purple, scarlet, and fine twined linen with cherubim. He made it the work of a skillful workman. He made 4 pillars of acacia for it and overlaid them with gold. Their hooks were of gold. He cast 4 sockets of silver for them. He made a screen for the door of the tent of blue, purple, scarlet, and fine twined linen, the work of an embroiderer, and the 5 pillars of it with their hooks. He overlaid their capitals and their fillets with gold, and their 5 sockets were of bronze. It's like, man, this again. A cubit is the length. There's a little footnote here, because that was 38. We're done. A cubit is the length from the tip of the middle finger of the elbow to a man's arm, or about 18 inches or 46 centimeters. So, excuse me, 18 inches for 1 cubit. So what were the boards were 10 cubits. So what, 10, a foot and a half? So 10 and a half, so 15 feet? No, it's 18? Man. Yeah, 18 inches. 18 inches, foot and a half. I knew that. Maybe it's too early it's always too early for math for me. Be quite honest with you. So 15 feet tall were the boards there. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day. It's a little shorter one today. I think that's right, because we went super long yesterday. I think that's okay. If we do that, we shorten it up a little bit. But show notes are at notmanynoble.com. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. And we should have the show, the podcast is on Facebook, and it's on YouTube as well now. And I think that's it. That's all I can think of. So thanks for listening again, and I will catch y'all tomorrow.